to all you future project control professionals at Kent Business College. Okay, let's dive into risk management. But for a minute, let's just forget the spreadsheets and the charts, because we need to talk about the one thing that truly matters most. What if the one thing that's most likely to throw your entire schedule and budget completely out of whack isn't some big, scary surprise from the outside world? What if it's actually lurking right there, in your own project plan, hiding in plain sight? Yep, that's exactly what we're tackling today, the hidden risks, which, let's be honest, are often the most dangerous ones. And to get our heads around this, we are going to do something quintessentially British. We are going to plan the perfect Sunday roast. Because trust me on this, if you can get those roast potatoes perfectly crispy and on the table at the right time, you can pretty much deliver any project.
Now, when most people on a project hear the word risk, this is what they think of. The classic spanner in the works. You know, that one big dramatic event that could go horribly, horribly wrong.
In proper project management speak, we call this an event-based risk. It's a specific thing, a potential future event. It might happen, it might not, but you can picture it, right? It's a clear and present danger. So in our Sunday roast project, this is the big one. We're all calm, the carrots are peeled, we're carrying on. And then, bam, the oven gives up the ghost. It's a clear, definable, and frankly disastrous event. And this translates directly into your professional life, doesn't it? I mean, think about the risks you always see on a risk register. A key supplier going bust, the client suddenly changing a major requirement, or the finance team deciding to tighten the purse strings out of the blue. These are all distinct potential events. But here's the thing, if we only focus on those big, obvious spanners, we're gonna miss the more subtle problems, the little gremlins that are already inside our plan, right from the very beginning. So listen up, because this is the crucial point. There's a whole other category of risk out there called non-event risk. And these aren't things that might happen down the line. They are uncertainties that are already baked into your project from day one, and they come in two main flavors. Now, to make them really easy to remember, we're going to call them wobbly risks and woolly risks. I know, it sounds a bit silly, but I guarantee you'll remember these names in your next planning meeting. So first up, we have the wobbly risk. The official term is variability risk. This is when you know exactly what the task is, but you're not 100% sure what the final outcome will be. There's a range of possibilities, a bit of a wobble in the final result. Okay, back to the kitchen. You know you have to roast the potatoes. That part of the plan is clear. But depending on the type of potato, the general mood of the oven, maybe even the alignment of the stars, they might be perfect in 45 minutes or they might take a full hour. That 15-minute range, that's variability. It's a wobbly part of your schedule. And then you got the woolly risk, which is properly known as ambiguity risk. Now this is different. This one comes from a lack of knowledge, a real gap in your understanding. The plan itself is unclear, it's just a bit, well, woolly. Imagine your great aunt's old recipe book. It doesn't give you a time range, it just says roast until done. Well, what on earth does done mean? Golden brown, crispy enough to break a tooth? Without a clear definition, you have ambiguity. That's a woolly instruction, and it's a massive risk. So let's just put them side by side to really nail this down. A wobbly risk is all about variability, like when your team's productivity might be a bit higher or lower than you planned. A woolly risk, on the other hand, is about ambiguity, like when the technical requirements you've been given are just plain vague. So think of it this way. One is a range of results, the other is a gap in understanding. Okay, so we've spotted our wobbly potatoes and our woolly instructions. That's great, but how do we actually fix them and, save the Sunday roast? Let's talk solutions. Right, for a wobbly, variable risk like our potato timing, you first map out the range of possibilities. Best case, 45 minutes. Worst case, 60. Then you can use powerful techniques like Monte Carlo analysis, which is basically just running thousands of computer simulations to see how that 15-minute wobble could impact the entire meal. And finally, you take action to reduce that variability, like getting the oil screaming hot before the spuds go in to get a much more predictable cooking time. And for a woolly, ambiguous risk like roast until done, well, you can't model that because you don't even know what you're aiming for yet. So first, you define the knowledge gap. Then you fill it. This is where you bring in the experts. In other words, you phone mom. Or you use prototyping. You cook one single trial potato to absolute perfection and say, right, That is what done looks like. You've just removed the ambiguity.
So let's bring all of this back from the kitchen and straight into your next project kickoff meeting. What is the big lesson here? What's the main takeaway? Here it is. This is the most important thing to remember. Your job isn't just to scan the horizon for potential disasters, those event risks. Your real job is to read your own project plan and find the parts that are inherently wobbly or hopelessly woolly, because those are the risks that are pretty much guaranteed to cause you problems.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Think about the project you're on right now. What is your perfectly crispy potato? What's that one critical measure of success? And then ask yourself, is the plan to get there wobbly? Is it woolly? Or are you just spending all your time worrying about the oven blowing up? I think the answer will tell you exactly where your real risks are hiding.